This lady and her husband moved to the UK as students and dependents. Her husband was the student and she was the dependent. As the dependent, she worked full-time while her husband, being the student, could only work for 20 hours. She wasn't complaining. After all, her husband took care of all their expenses moving to the UK. Moving forward, after her husband graduated, got a job that allowed him switch their visas from student visas to normal visa. And he also got to work full-time. Now that both of them are working full-time and earning well, they thought, oh, it's right time to expand our family. And as God may have it, she became pregnant. At about 6 months into her pregnancy, they started making plans on who to bring to do Omugwo. She suggested her own mom. As a woman, that's understandable, that her mom comes for her Omugwo. Her mom is much younger and she can cope with the UK weather. She's strong enough to take care of a newborn baby and a newborn mom, compared to his own mom, who is aged and might not be able to cope with the UK weather. Talk more of taking care of her and the new baby. This suggestion didn't sit well with her husband. He became angry, stating how his mom suffered a lot to make him who he is today. And if he's going to bring anybody to the UK, it must be his mom. His mom must eat the fruit of her labor. Everybody tried talking him out of this idea, but he insisted. Fast forward to when she gave birth, her mother-in-law arrived to the UK 2 weeks before she gave birth. Unfortunately, that was during winter period. She was already complaining of the weather being too harsh. She couldn't take care of her and her newborn as her health was getting worse. It was even the woman that was taking care of her mother-in-law. It was extremely hard for her, but she didn't complain. With the kind of visa they have, they couldn't take her mother-in-law to the hospital because it's going to be very expensive and they don't have that kind of money. One morning, her mother-in-law woke up and she couldn't move her body. She couldn't open her eyes. The only thing she could do was talk slowly. At this point, they knew that the worst could happen, so they had to call the ambulance to come and pick her up. She only spent just a day at the hospital before she was pronounced RIP. She and her husband couldn't hold themselves. They cried and wailed. She even fainted while crying. They later called the husband's relatives to inform them, and they insisted on bringing Mama home because she's a highly respected elder in the family and in their community as a whole. And that's another big expenses. Thankfully, friends and family members were able to contribute, and her husband took his mom back home to Nigeria where her burial took place. Since her husband came back from the burial, their marriage has never been the same. He started distancing himself from her and their baby. He acts as if they are responsible for his mother's demise. No matter what she does or says, it always triggers her husband. Everybody is saying she should give him some time, that he will come around. He's still in pain, still mourning the demise of his mother. This incident is almost a year now and he's still not changing. And she doesn't know how many years more she has to keep enduring for him to come back, which is why she's sharing her story. Thank you so much for watching.